What is up, testicle ticklers? We have done it, double-digit episodes. This is episode 10 of the podcast recorded by 9 out of 10 proctologists. First choice. It is the Big Ass Podcast, and I am, of course, Big Paulie Z. So like I said, it is episode number 10. We are sitting here Tuesday, March 29th, 2016, recording from the Big Ass Studios in the garage here in Akron. So, yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in, and let's not waste any time and get right into the first segment, my most favorite segment. That is, of course, the way we kick off each podcast. It's the Big Ass Beer of the Week.
Well, beer, we've had some great times. When I was 17, I drank some very good beer. I drank some very good beer I purchased with a fake ID. My name was Brian McGee. I stayed up listening to Queen when I was 17.
Thank you for the song, Homer. And, yeah, man, let's get right into it. It is, indeed, the Big Ass Beer of the Week. So, it was definitely feeling rather summer-like over the weekend, but today it feels a little more wintry. It's cool. I'm still outside. Was debating that, actually. But when I got home from work, I decided, hell yeah, we can do this thing outside again. Why not? So, what I'm going to do is crack open a bottle of beer that's going to bring that feeling of warm weather, sun, beaches, you know, that type of thing. Today's Big-Ass Beer of the Week is Kona Brewing Cocoa Brown, which is from their Aloha series, and it is an ale brewed with some toasted coconut. So, that is again from Kona Brewery. Let's crack it open and give her a taste. The smell is, yeah, it smells like beer. It smells like if you cracked open a Budweiser and handed it to me. Alright, first sip. Up front, actually kind of hoppy. Reminds me of an IPA. But then the finish is a little bit smoother. Get some sweet notes and aftertaste of the coconut. It's not bad. Very smooth texture, not overly carbonated. Not, again, over the top on the coconut flavor, but it's there in the aftertaste. Fairly hoppy little beer, but not bad. So I will sip on this throughout the podcast. And while I'm sipping on a beer, I might as well fire up an old cigar because I am indeed in the garage. Got that Zippo working. Alrighty, man. Alright, very nice, very nice. Cigar going, beer open. It is time to podcast. So with that all out of the way, let me just get into it. What is up, folks? How are y'all doing today? Well, I hope. I hope you all had a lovely weekend celebrating Easter and the Magic Jesus Bunny. And I got to thinking over the weekend, and I find it odd, or maybe more interesting than odd would be the right word, but all the pagan symbolism in these traditional Catholic holidays. I mean, it's weird. From everything to do with Christmas that isn't Jesus was stolen from the pagans. And Easter, even the name Easter, is derived from a pagan god, Estra, the goddess of spring, in whose honor sacrifices were made to mark the beginning of a new planting season, basically. So Easter, as it was back before Jesus came to save us all, it was a time of rebirth, renewal. Obviously, you can see with the rabbits and the eggs, that was, fertility. Like I said, again, the rebirth, the renewal, the crops coming back up, time to plant, time for the animals to come out of hibernation, time to celebrate surviving a harsh winter. You would ask for a good spring and a good summer and hope that your crops would be plentiful. I mean, that's what it was. And I can understand why it was so easy to bastardize this into the Christian holiday with the themes of the rebirth, renewal, fucking, boat tails right in there with the resurrection of Christ. But it still fascinates me, how they just kind of went, all right, let's do it. Let's just take this over. And I know part of it was to make it more easily assimilatable, if that's a word, for the pagans to come on over to the Christian side of thing. But they kept the holidays at pretty much the same time. They didn't go and line it up with exactly, I guess how the Bible or whatever, if that's what you want to call an accurate history text, lines up with Jesus' birth, Jesus' death, resurrection, yada, yada, yada. So they kind of said, pagans got this day, they like this day, let's go with it. Now, did they go with it just because it was easier? Or were those early Christians maybe hedging their bet? I mean, these ancient peoples were celebrating their gods, doing good, doing well. And they went, you know what, we can keep these symbols here, the Easter bunny, the eggs, the Christmas tree, the wreaths, the holly. Kind of give a shout out to those pagan gods, just in case we're wrong. Just in case our Christian God ain't the right God, and these pagan gods, they're going to smote us if we, don't appease them as well. So, I don't know, is that a thing? Am I just blowing smoke out my ass? It's a thought I had. I'm sharing with you. So we appeased our gods by gathering at my brother's house and eating dinner, drinking wine, and of course the traditional playing of the Cards Against Humanity with a bunch of aunts, uncles, cousins, that whole dealie. So that was a good time. And of course I hope you had a lovely Easter, however you spent it, celebrating. Maybe you didn't celebrate. Maybe Easter's not a big thing for you. Whatever. Hope your weekend was awesome, because Sunday was 65, 67 degrees and phenomenal. It is a bit chilly today. I was thinking of moving the recording operation back inside, but I did not. I'm tougher than that, folks. A little bit of 45 degree weather, 40 degree weather ain't gonna stop me. But what sucks is that weather's not looking too good for me for this weekend. I wanted to get out fishing, and it looks like Thursday, the day before, trout season is set to open. We're gonna have incredibly warm weather and torrential fucking rains. And if you know anything about fishing the streams, a lot of rains right before opening day means the water's going to be high, muddy, fast moving, not ideal fishing conditions. And then the temperature's going to plummet, and Friday's going to be cold and potentially rainy itself. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to bother taking that day off now. I may be at work on Friday instead of having my lovely fishing day. But looking at the long-term forecast, it appears that the rest of April is going to start to rebound nicely, and we're going to have abnormally high temperatures for most of the month. Which is why I can announce that we have the first bonfire of the year scheduled. It's on the books. I've had enough of this bullshit. Let's get on with the fucking spring. Let's get on with the fun, the outsideness. And probably let's get on with the show proper. How's that sound too? We got some news and notes to get to, so let's do it. It is time for the big ass news. As you may or may not have heard, the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan, has been in a big old match against Gawker. The real American hero, the man himself, the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan, took on the politically correct, whiny millennial, crybaby bitches at the tabloid site Gawker, and atomic leg dropped them into financial ruins. Indeed. People need to learn, man, you don't besmirch the names, the legacies of these former wrestling icons. Because you will be taken to court, you will lose, you will be decimated. Just as Chris Kyle's widow. She fucked with Jesse the Body, and that didn't go so good either. So, what is this all about, you may ask, if you have not been paying attention? Well, after Hogan's divorce from whatever blonde beach whore he was married to that gave birth to Brooke and his insane son, Nick, he had befriended former radio shock jock Bubba the Love Sponge, and apparently Bubba and his wife's relationship was a bit rocky, and they kind of had some like free love swinging kind of lifestyle, and she wanted to bang the Hulkster. So Bubba, being friends with Mr. Hogan, or Terry Bollea, if he was not wearing his red and yellow that day, convinced him to sleep with his wife. Because why not? You know. So Heather Clam, Bubba Love Sponge's wife, while Bubba apparently videotaped this whole thing, Clem and Bollea, that's his real name, folks, if you don't know that, Terry Bollea is Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan is Terry Bollea. Or are they separate, like Tyler Durden and the unnamed Ed Norton character? I don't know. But anyways, so Hulk hooks up with Heather, and the cuckold that is Bubba the Love Sponge secretly records this session. That's up to debate. Was it secret? Was it not? For what we know right now, the courts have decided that it was not. It was secret. Why did Bubba fucking record this? I don't know. To play it back later while blaring "I Am a Real American" in the background and jacking off using his own tears as lube. That's all I can speculate. I don't know. So the Hulkster, clearly in his Terry Bollea form, because he lacked the Hulkster's giant 10-inch cock. Yes, he testified in court that the Hulk has a 10-inch dong, while Terry Bollea, the real man, does not. And the Hulkster, public persona, Terry Bollea, private man, doesn't want his not 10-inch dong on videotape or, shown to anyone. So Hulk bangs her, gets taped, doesn't know it. He goes on with his hulky day, gets out of there. Eventually, the sex tape gets uploaded to the web by mysterious forces. Gawker picks it up, posts it, and then when Hogan finds out, tells him, take that shit down. They refuse. And, that's when lawsuits started. Defamation of character, that kind of whole happy horse shit. And they refused to take it down. They said that it was in the public interest or whatever, that, it was a news story, basically, and you can't censor the news. So, Hogan goes and sues this bitchy little celebrity bashing gossip website, and he claimed that it ruined his ability to earn a living, because, Hulk Hogan, the character, the wrestler, is kind of a family-friendly dude, not the banging the wife of this great shock jock dude. So he says, hey, I can't earn no more. I'm not getting appearances. I'm not wrestling anymore. And that also, therefore, caused him great emotional distress. He said it hurt him with his family, his daughter and shit. It wasn't good. And like I said, I can see it. I can see both. Especially for a man that is, with that happy, kitty-friendly persona. Say your prayers, take your vitamins, yada, yada, yada. Not deep dick your friend's wife. Not part of the Hulkster thing. So, goes to a jury. 6 hours later, Hulk Hogan wins the biggest Money in the Bank match in the history of the world and never has to fucking lift a finger again if the appeal does not go through. Which, of course, there will be an appeal because every single court case ever gets a fucking appeal. So, the jury awards the former heavyweight champ $55 million for economic harm to his ability to earn a living. I don't know if Hulk would ever have earned even $5.5 million the rest of his career, but whatever. They gave him an ass load of money, and then they gave him $60 million for his emotional distress, for a total of $115 million. $15 million more than Hulk had originally sued for in the first place. So this jury did not like these Gawker fucks at all. And then they tacked on $35 million more for pain and suffering. Therefore, Mr. Bollea is standing to make $140 million. That's a lot of fucking bandanas and pre-ripped tank tops, friends. Holy shit. There's no way the Gawker can pay this money. It will bankrupt their shitty little business. And good. I mean, it will destroy what they call a media and celebrity gossip site. They're a bunch of little fucking roaches. They deserve to be destroyed and stomped out. They have no journalistic integrity whatsoever. They post things on their site for the sole purpose of fucking with people's lives and livelihoods and hurting people. They're like fucking Perez Hilton without drawing cum stains on everyone's face because that's funny, apparently. I mean, I'm all for journalistic freedom, free speech, but you gotta remember, you are responsible for everything you say, and you also therefore have to be responsible for the blowback. You gotta deal with what happens after the consequences. You can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. This was his personal shit. He didn't want it out. He told you to take it down. So be it. He wasn't even going to see you at that point in time. You assholes would have torn this down, taken it off the internet. Hulk Hogan goes on his merry day. Whatever. Now the consequences are $140 million and hopefully getting rid of another fucking garbage site off the internet. I mean, fuck him. Fuck Gawker. Fuck the little queer bag who runs it. It does not matter if they exist or not. Some other shithead with dyed tips and bleach blonde hair will start making fun of actors, actresses in their place. The world will not skip a beat. But of course, like I said, they are going to appeal this, and whatever the lead homo over at Gawker believes that they will come out victorious in the end when the truth comes out. What truth is that? I don't know. But in other news, slightly more pressing, Muslim terrorist scum continue to be a scourge on this planet and cut a bloody swath through much of Europe and the Middle East. The United States continues to emulate the open borders and PC culture that led to the infestation in Europe, and I've made my feelings on this very clear. I don't think that anything I say anymore is going to change your minds on the immigration policies, the way we're handling ISIS, the way we should look at the Muslim scum that it threatens our way of life on this planet. I don't think anything's going to change the liberal mindset in this country until there's another major attack on U.S. soil. High amount of casualties. With a confirmed, I don't know, they got to have a t-shirt on that says, I love Allah, ISIS is great, fuck the United States. I don't know, because they don't even want to believe that Islamic terrorism exists most of the time. I hope it doesn't come to that, but you know, that is what it is. It sucks. And my heart goes out to the dead, but your policies, your PC bullshit led to this. So, reap what you sow. Let's just hope it doesn't happen in our backyard. But I can't continue to beat this dead horse. We all know, man. And I'm sure if you've had half a brain in your head and an eyeball in an ear, you've seen the coverage. You know what is going on. So, let's just move along to beating a different dead horse in what I like to call big-ass politics.
Immigrants! That's how they do, you know? Just drive around listening to raps and shooting all the jobs.
Damn straight. And here we are. It is indeed big-ass politics. Said I've been over this a billion times, too, in the last couple episodes. So here we go. Wisconsin primaries coming up. Cali primaries coming up. Big races. Wisconsin is neck and neck between Cruz and Trump. Governor Scott Walker has officially endorsed the cruise missile. It's probably going to push him over the edge. Trump is seemingly starting to lose ground. What it is what it is. He's getting smashed. The super PACs are destroying him. The GOP elite are doing everything in their power to stop him, and yet he's still leading. It's not like he's falling behind. He's just losing ground. And the minute that he decides to start fucking back, it's gonna get fun. Trump also still has a slim lead in ultra-liberal California. So, he's doing what he's doing. This is one story that is hurting him, and that would be Trump's campaign manager has been arrested for assault and battery by Jupiter, Florida police. After a March 8th incident in which Corey Lewandowski persuaded, I don't know how else to put it, a Breitbart reporter, Michelle Fields, I believe is her name, from contacting, touching, getting in Trump's face after a rally. His exact fucking job. And if you watch the video, which I have, I've watched it in slow motion frame by frame, he did nothing more than basically put a hand on her shoulder and asked her to not get in Trump's fucking face. After that, I believe either she quit Breitbart or Breitbart fired her. I think she quit Breitbart. She was pissed. She thought that they were in the bag for Trump and that they were just going to take Trump's side. No, stupid. You are not made of crystalline glass and marshmallow fluff. That didn't hurt you. The bruises on your arm are fake. You're a lying bitch who has a vendetta against Trump. And there, you got his fucking campaign manager arrested. You got everyone saying, see, this is exactly why we can't vote for Trump. He is a leader which instills violence in his people. And violence breeds violence, and yada, yada, yada. Trump personifies the average America's lack of patience with this PC bullshit. And that is why people are continuing to support him. It's just, I'm getting sick. I'm getting sick of all this bullshit. As we watch Europe fucking burning. Just attack after attack after attack. And yet our PC faggot-ass children, the millennials, are pushing this shit on us. And then there's some old, elite, rich motherfuckers that do not believe a word of it, but will take advantage of it for power and money. If you think Hillary gives a flying fuck about poor black kids or illegal immigrants finding a house, you're high. She wants power. She wants money. She wants to be elite. That is what she wants, and she will manipulate you weak-minded sheep in any way necessary to get what she wants. Trump, yeah, go on, say it. Say it. He's doing the other side. The violence, the rednecks, the idiots, the racists. Good. It's our turn. It's our turn. So let's make America great again. Sick of talking politics. I know I blew through that quickly. Usually politics is a long segment, Johnny. So, yeah, man. Let's move on to something a bit lighter in tone.
No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
It is indeed time for big-ass sports. So, the NFL is going to look a little different this season, rule-wise. I know I went over some of the big rule changes, and two of the rules that were voted down in the owners' meetings were now voted in on one-year probationary measures. One is the 2 personal fouls equals an automatic ejection. I like the rule in spirit. I'm going to hate it in practice because it should be 2 violent personal fouls. It should not be you took your helmet off and bitched at a ref, or you danced in the end zone, or you came off the sidelines and argued a call. Dirty hits, awesome. Iffy helmet the helmets, don't like it. But they're going to fuck with people on this rule a lot. I mean, either they're going to never call it, or we're going to see, like, all new rules. They're going to call the shit out of it, and teams are going to be losing players left and right. And it may actually lead, in my mind, to a goon situation, kind of like in hockey, where you're going to have specialty assholes out there to take cheap shots. If they get ejected, so what? We got 52 other guys on the sidelines. So, yeah, we got that to look forward to. Just wait till your favorite receiver gets 2 illegal dancing in the end zone penalties and doesn't get to play the fourth quarter. Isn't that fun? Oh, the NFL certainly can be the no-fun league. And they also apparently want to take away one of the most exciting plays in football forever, ever, ever, ever. Kick returns, punt returns. Exciting as shit, can change the flow of a game on a dime. So let's incentivize teams to not return the football. How are we going to do that? Touchbacks are now worth 25 yards. You get the ball now starting at the 25-yard line. No more are the days of an 80-yard drive to win the game. Now it's a 75-yard drive to win the game, which I know isn't a big difference, but it is going to play a big difference into the, you gain 40 yards and you're in field goal range. That's now taking 5 yards off of that game-tying, game-winning field goal. I believe this is going to impact the fucking flow of the game dramatically. Or, if coaches are smart, you're going to tell your fucking kickers to aim for the 5. Make people return it. Kick it high, kick it short, get your coverage teams there, bury people at the 18 every time, and make the NFL eat this rule. I see that going, if coaches are smart, but they're not. They don't adapt quick, and they think bigger is better. Smash that ball to the back of the end zone. We don't got to worry about that 1 touchdown and 50 returns or whatever the fuck the odds are. It ain't much. I think on average there's like 7, 8 kick returns for a touchdown a year in the NFL. So put it in the return man's hands. It's an extra chance to force a fumble, get a turnover, make a big play. Yes, it does the same thing for the return team, but I think you got to do it. Kick that ball as close to the goal line without going over as humanly possible. The kickers are good enough to do it. High and short. No need to bury the ball 7 yards deep in the end zone. Not going to help you. You're just putting the offense right on the field at the 25-yard line. The offense who might be led by RG3 of the Cleveland Browns. Yes, it is official now that Robert Griffin III of, well, I was going to say Redskins fame, but it's more like Redskins infamy, is your newest quarterback on the Cleveland Browns. So he gets to lead that offense with possible former teammate from college, Josh Gordon, if the NFL unsuspends his dumb ass. That could be a fun little combo. We will find out. And other big free agency news. Finally, Ted Thompson gets out the checkbook and signs a player to the Packers, which is Jared Cook, tight end, formerly of the Tennessee Titans and LA Rams. So Aaron Rodgers has a new toy to throw to. It's all good. It's all fun. What else we got here? WrestleMania 32 is this Sunday, April 3rd. Bam! It's going to be fun. And as we all know, the big match is Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. And last night on Raw, Shane O'Mac drops a huge elbow through The Undertaker while he's lying on the announce table. Damn, Shane O'Mac still looks like the kid who was doing crazy-ass jumps off cages and staging equipment many years ago. Shane O'Mac's going to save wrestling, man. Shane O'Mac is making wrestling great again. He is the Donald Trump of wrestling. I think Donald Trump is the Donald Trump of wrestling, but you know what I mean. So yeah, we got WrestleMania, and I will give you a full rundown of that program, as I will be watching my first WrestleMania in many a years at my buddy's house, which is also somehow mutated into watching WrestleMania and making a bajillion pierogies. What the what? Yes, you heard me right. It is going to be Pierogi Mania during WrestleMania. As the menfolk are in front of the TV watching buff men in brightly colored, tight spandex pants rolling around on the top of each other, all oily and muscly. Oh yeah, it's sexy, boys. The women folk are going to be in the kitchen whipping up several dozen pierogies. Using my mother's super recipe. Don't ask me how this all mutated. It was a Facebook conversation that was like 100 fucking lines, responses long. But yeah, so the girls are gonna make it a pierogi palooza. It's gonna be Dingus Day Part 2, I guess, as all the pierogies are getting crafted while we're watching. Probably was gonna be a pretty boring event that is gonna end in fucking amazingness with Shane O'Mac. What else we got going on in the old sports world? Cuse, the Syracuse Orangemen are in the Final Four in both the men's and women's NCAA tournaments. Again, I do not pay attention to college basketball, but that was all over the news on the local stations because Syracuse is in New York State, so I guess it matters. Yeah, check them out playing the old basket hoop game. See if they can make it to the championship game and win an old, I don't know what the fuck the college trophy's called, the Bouncy McBasketball Head championship trophy for Coach Jim Boeheim. Go Cuse, I suppose. Let's see. The Sabres still stink on ice, so going for that, vying for that high draft pick to add talent, just like the Edmonton Oilers have done for the past decade and have also sucked terribly. So, Sabres sucking it up. Going to probably be adding a top-tier talent to this roster again. Will it change shit? I don't know. But, all these young kids either got to make it here or make it somewhere, I guess. So, go Sabres, I suppose, as well. And then, other sports news that was breaking this week here was, Aaron Rodgers' interview with Pete Holmes on You Made It Weird, the Nerdist podcast. where Rogers divulged that he, in fact, has seen a UFO. It was back in 2005 at a friend's house in New Jersey. He saw a large lighted object. Well, I guess first a warning alarm was set off at a nearby nuclear power plant. Then a large object, which he said was similar to the crafts from Independence Day, where it was kind of masked in clouds, but there was a lot of light and no distinct shape to it, slowly maneuvered over his neck of the woods, followed by 3 fighter jets. So Aaron Rodgers drawing some questions, but if you listen to the whole podcast, which is really good, in-depth interview, very little to do with sports, but he's kind of a smart dude, kind of a deep dude, kind of an asshole, though, if you want to ask me right now, because he's attending a Bernie Sanders rally yesterday or today with X-Men wife Olivia Munn / girlfriend / hot actress, whatever the fuck she is, at a Bernie rally in Wisconsin. Not good, Aaron. When you're the top 0.001% of earners on the planet Earth ever, don't tell other people to give up their fucking money to give it to poor people. Not a good look. Not a good look. But still, you're a hell of a quarterback, and all I care about is how you sling that there ball on the field while wearing the green and or gold. So, yeah, there you go. Aaron Rodgers sees a UFO and believes in communist alien leader Bernie Sanders. New fucking segment of the podcast. What do we got? Well, of course, that is the big-ass question of the week. I am going to request that y'all pose silly, philosophical, real, honest, whatever, questions on the social medias, which I will get to, if you don't know them by now. And I will answer it on air, and then I'll post it up on the Facebook and the Twitters and such, and I'll let y'all have a shot at giving your answer. So today's big-ass question of the week comes from Josh S. And that question would be, could Lois Lane have Superman's baby, or would you need Wonder Woman's super womb to contain the Child of Steel? I gave this some thought, and I believe that Superman would kill Lois Lane with his super ejaculation, like blow her fucking pussy right out her nose like a shotgun blast if he came inside of her. So that won't work. So yeah, he's gonna need Wonder Woman's cunt of steel to take his load and rear the super baby, if you will. I really don't have much else on that question, but that's my opinion. There is, yeah, I mean, everything, he's super strong, super powerful. The Earth's yellow sun makes him super fucking gnarly. So he's gonna need that super womb there to blow his super load in to make the magic super baby. Lois Lane, it's done. Blows it right out her fucking ass there. It just impales her and done. The super dick, the super cum. Lois can't handle that shit. So, you know, I don't know, maybe she had like some sort of kryptonite condom. Then, you know, Lois can get down with the soups. But, yeah. So let's, that is indeed the big ass question of the week. So, like I said, on social media, you can hit me up to ask your own, pose your own, and see this one posted and give your 2 cents on what you think the answer is. Most importantly, you can find me on Facebook at Big Ass Digital. You can find me on Twitter at Beeritual Light. Beeritual Light spelled BEERITUALLITE. That is Beeritual Light on Twitter. Snapchat, PEZ981. And, of course, Instagram, Pauly_Z, and that's Pauly spelled with an IE. And I've been disappointed. What happened this week? Man, I've been tracking 120 to 140 views or listens per cast of the pods. Damn, we had like 60 some odd views this week, and then I thought it was a fucking funny episode. Was it? The title, Did Tard Farm Turn Y'all Off? Retard humor, maybe not most year's cup of tea. Sorry if I offended you, but sorry, I'm not sorry. It was funny. give it a listen. Not nearly as devastating, mean-spirited, or bad as you may assume. I thought it was just lighthearted, goofy fun. And anytime I think of the word Stone Brain Steve Autism, it brings a chuckle to my heart. So in other news, keep with the comic book theme here because of Mr. Josh's question. Deadpool is now the highest grossing R-rated movie worldwide of all time. So that is awesome. Marvel getting it done. That franchise getting it done. Ryan Reynolds nailing it. Can't wait for the sequel. Let's not get too big. Not get too over the top. Keep it basically character driven with Wade Wilson's wackiness. And let's get a couple more of these movies out there. Last night, speaking of Marvel movies, I was watching a Captain America Winter Soldier, which I think is my favorite of that like Avengers series of movies, incorporating Captain America, Iron Man, and the Avengers flicks, the Thor flicks, all that. Winter Soldier is by far my favorite. Now I watched it again last night. Great movie. Just love that whole storyline. It's almost like a Jason Bourne type adventure, spy type movie mixed with the superhero stuff. Great movie. If you have not seen Captain America Winter Soldier, even if you're not a comic book movie fan, if you just like good action adventure movies, check it out. It is a really goddamn good movie. And speaking of comic book movies, there's a big one that opened up this week. Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. I didn't see it. I don't plan on seeing it till Redbox. And it is getting smashed critically, which I know that, Warner Brothers and DC Comics don't give a shit. They're making oodles and oodles of money, but apparently it's a loosely tied together story of rambling nothingness. The characters are shit. Batman, as I've seen him basically compared to Donald Trump as just a rich, old curmudgeon who is angry that Superman broke his building. And Superman is a one-dimensional yuck character as well. You throw in apparently 2 seconds of a hot chick pretending to be Wonder Woman, and Lois Lane's inane rambling, and the douche from the Facebook movie pretending to be Heath Ledger as Lex Luthor. And you got a shitty movie that's making lots of money. So, as you know, DC movies have all sucked except for most of the Batman movies. Anything else they try is garbage because Batman is not a relatable character. A character with no flaws who is completely indestructible is not interesting. Superman is not interesting. We don't need Superman anymore. We like a character with some flaws, with something to overcome, with a little bit of a dark side, and now I think they're maybe trying to do that. Like, oh, fuck, Superman doesn't give a shit. To kill one General Zod, he wiped out half of fucking Gotham and killed a bajillion little strangers that he never met and didn't give a fuck. Look at him, he's mean and, blah, blah, blah. No, don't care. It's not cool at all. Let's show some one-on-one, show him have a struggle in the past, whatever. The Son of Krypton is a boring-ass character, and, okay, you've rehashed Batman 1,000 times now. Maybe give it a rest. Find a new character. Like when Iron Man, is finally done, let's not bring back Iron Man for a while. Let that sit. When Wolverine is done, let's not recast Wolverine and bring it back right away. Let's let that sit. They did this shit with Spider-Man, and it got dull and boring and terrible, and it never got made right. They've done it with Hulk, and Hulk is a standalone movie. Still hasn't been done right. I like the Ed Norton one just because I like Ed Norton, but not great movies. The Hulk as an ensemble superhero, great, good, like it. So, yeah. Like I said, go and make sure to check out You Made It Weird with Pete Holmes, especially that Aaron Rodgers episode. Cool fucking podcast. It's on the Nerdist Network. Great, enlightening, interesting. Makes you think. Makes you view athletes in a little bit different way. I could tell by the pod that I don't think Pete Holmes was really familiar with Aaron Rodgers' career or football in general. So it made it kind of an honest interview. It wasn't some fanboy sucking off Rodgers' cock. It was a dude talking to another dude about non-related football shit, philosophy, religion, aliens, life after death. It was kind of fucking fascinating. And of course, 219 Spiritual Enlightenment returns to Moonies in Akron after a crushing defeat last week at trivia. We're going to try to bounce back this week, and I might be in good because they gave a little clue on Facebook each week, and apparently it's going to have some questions on movies that were based on books, and I do like me some reading, so hopefully they'll throw some questions about Fight Club or something in there, which I am pretty damn good at. So, if you ever want to join us, Team Spiritual Enlightenment, being me and my wife Emily, come on down to Moonies in Akron. Great food, great fun. It usually starts around 7, wraps up by 9. It's not a super late night out for those folks who get up early for work. You can go in, have some fun, answer some trivias, and maybe win some free dinners. So, come check that out, huh? Yes, indeed.
I can teach you how to bewitch the mind and ensnare the senses. I can tell you how to bottle fame, brew glory, and even put a stopper in death.
So what was that all about there, folks? Well, that might just be mysterious, just like the two mysterious figures that have been haunting this podcast. Well, today I can reveal to you that I now know who those mysterious figures were and are. And they are the new hosts of Big Ass Digital's newest show, Sports Untamed with Rob and Adam. That's right, folks. Big Ass Digital has added a second full-time show every week. And not only is this a new show, they are going to attempt to broadcast live every Saturday night, talking local sports, national sports, MMA, WWE. They're going to have guests on. There's going to be beer. They're going to be part of the Big Ass Digital family. I'm going to be there when I can, man. It is going to be cool as shit. So, man, just give some love to the new show, Sports Untamed, with Rob and Adam, coming to you from Big Ass Digital this spring. And you know what? There might even be a chance that you will hear me live this Saturday night on Sports Untamed. I will, of course, give you all the information on that and where you can find it to listen to, what time, and all that happy horse shit. And, of course, all archives episodes of Sports Untamed will now be on the Big Ass Digital Facebook page. And as soon as YouTube stops being a fuckhead, they will all be on the Big Ass Digital YouTube page as well. So welcome to the family, Sports Untamed. Woo! With that special announcement out of the way, I think it's about time for me to get moving on. You know, the more I drink it, I'm digging this Cocoa Brown by Kona Brewing. Actually goes nice with a cigar. Good flavor combination. Got the red wine flavored Blackstone by Swisher tipped cigar, and I got the beer going. So it's a nice little combo there, folks. So I do recommend you check out the Kona Brewing Cocoa Brown. Tasty, but that's not what I'm here to plug. What I am here to plug is Emily's A to Z Crafts on Facebook. This is, of course, my wife's little home business that she's running and doing quite well at. I mean, just knocking it out of the park. Anything you need, baked goods, you need appetizers, any type of cooking made. Small amounts of shit, though. I mean, it's not catering for a party of 100, but you need a little get-together, you know, having 20, 30 friends over, you want some appetizers done, she can do that. You want a couple pies baked, she can do that. You want some cookies done, custom cookies, cutouts, whatever shape you want, and decorated as you order, because you, of course, are the customer. She can do that, and she has done that for several satisfied customers in the last month. Wedding showers, charitable events. You need a cookie basket put together, hook up with Emily at Emily's A to Z Crafts. But not only is she a whiz in the kitchen, she crochets like a bad, bad girl. And she can make you blankets, scarves, hats, custom shit. You want a minion hat for your kid? Bam, done. You want a little Deadpool beanie? Bam, done. You want a nice blanket? Something classy. She can do that too. Makes it look just like your grandma made it, but it's made right here in Akron by Emily. It's good shit. So please, look up Emily's A to Z Crafts. Let her know I sent ya. And get something done there. Get a little sweets, a little something. She made a killer banana cream pie for Easter this year, and it was destroyed by everyone, man. The whole pie was eaten. The birthday cake was forgotten. The other desserts were left in the dust for her homemade, by hand, custard and whipped cream. The whole thing. The banana cream pie was a winner. So, if you want a winner, hook up with Emily's A to Z Crafts on Facebook. Thank you. And, of course, we have Josh and Candy of Happy Guru. Happy Guru Skincare is an all-natural skincare product line consisting of things like tattoo aftercare products, piercing aftercare products, sugar scrubs, this like different shit to keep your hands not so dry and cracky and shitty. And, of course, if you want to learn more about Josh and Candy's fantastic product line, and if you want to check them out, if you do a little Google search for Happy Guru, you will probably find the clip of them on AM Buffalo in the past couple of weeks, as they were there hawking their goods and spreading the good word. But to find out more of the good word, go to happygurulovesme.com. Again, that is happygurulovesme.com. Last but not least, I got to give a shout out to my man Dennis, the proprietor, the artist, if you will, at the Tattoo Den. Where is that located? It's located on Transit Road in Elma, New York. Convenient for everyone who wants a nice relaxed environment with a cool dude to put some high quality ink on your body at a reasonable price. My buddy Dustin, who you've again heard right here on this very podcast, just got his piece done, and it looks fantastic. It is a fireman's helmet on his wrist. It's got a lot of meaning for him, and Dennis, again, killed it, knocked it out of the park. Just an amazing piece of work, and you can see that and everything else that Dennis has done recently on his Facebook page. Just look up the Tattoo Den. The Dennis K is the man who runs it. It is his shop. It is the artist of choosing. And, yeah, like I said, Dennis K, Dennis, the Tattoo Den on Facebook, located in Elma, New York. And if you do happen to contact Dennis and set up an appointment, let him know Paulie Z sent ya. Thank you. And now, of course, it is time to wrap up the show. So, thank you for listening. Share this. Comment. Hit me up on social medias. Get your big-ass question of the day in there. Let me know what you're thinking. I think the whole Die Hard versus Lethal Weapon thing died on the vine. So, I'm going to declare a winner by default, Lethal Weapon. So let's get your big-ass question of the day. Hit me up with what you think I can do better on this podcast, what I should cover. Fuck, if you want a show, Sports Untamed is not the only new show on this network. I can tell you there's another one coming, at least one other one coming, possibly more. And if you want to be on this fine little network of Western New York podcast gold, get at me. So until next week, kiddies, stay safe, be well, stay alive, peace.
And I've set up and tore down this stage with my own two hands. We've traveled this land, packed tight in minivans. And all this for the fans, girls, money, and fame. I played their game and had to scream my name. I will show no shame, I live and die for this. And if I come off soft, then chew on this.
Are you scared?
Devil without a cause, and I'm back with the beaver hats and Ben Davis slacks. 30-pack of strolls, 30-pack of hoes. No Rogaine in the propane flows. The chosen one, I'm the living proof, with the gift of gab from the city of truth. I jabbed and stabbed and knocked critics back, and I did not stutter when I said that. I'm going platinum, selling rhymes. I went platinum 7 times, and still they're ill and wanna see us rise. I guess because only God knows why. Why? just can't fuck with.
Listen.
Round.